Hello everyone and welcome to my Coronation Street official today. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. What you're about to hear, it's not just drama, it's the kind of moment that changes everything for everyone involved. In the ever unpredictable world of Coronation Street, emotions run high and loyalties are constantly tested. But this time things don't just simmer, they explode. What starts as tension that's been quietly building for weeks suddenly erupts into a shocking and deeply unsettling confrontation. Theo, already walking a dangerous emotional tightrope, completely loses control, and Todd Grimshaw becomes the target in a moment that no one saw coming. But somehow, everyone feared. Danielle, caught between her past feelings and present reality, is pushed to a breaking point that forces her to see Theo in a way she never has before. And as the dust settles, it becomes painfully clear that this isn't just an isolated incident, it's the beginning of something far more devastating. You can feel it from the very beginning. Something isn't right. The atmosphere is heavy, almost suffocating, like the calm before a storm that everyone senses but no one dares to name. Theo has been off for a while. Now it's not just subtle changes, it's in his tone. The way his eyes linger too long, the way his reactions feel just slightly too intense, there is a volatility there that's been building, piece by piece, moment by moment, and it's honestly hard to watch because you know where it might lead. And when then it happens, the confrontation doesn't feel sudden, it feels inevitable. Theo lashes out, and it's not just anger, it's something deeper, something darker. It's like every unresolved emotion, every insecurity, every buried resentment suddenly comes rushing to the surface all at once. And Todd, poor Todd, he's caught completely off guard. There is no time to prepare, no time to defend himself emotionally or physically. One moment he's just existing in the space, and the next he's in the middle of something violent and terrifying. Imagine how that must feel, that split second where confusion turns into fear, where your brain is trying to catch up with what's happening, but your body already knows you are not safe. And what makes it even more heartbreaking is that Todd isn't just some random bystander in Theo's life. There is history there, layers of connection, moments that once meant something. That's what makes the betrayal hit so much harder. It's not just violence, it's personal. Meanwhile, Danielle is witnessing all of this unfold, and you can practically see her world cracking in real time. This isn't just about stopping Theo anymore. This is about facing a truth she's been avoiding for far too long. Because deep down she must have seen glimpses of this side of him before. Maybe not to this extreme, maybe not this undeniable, but the signs were there. And now there's no escaping it. Her reaction is raw, it's emotional, it's messy, in the most real way possible. You can feel her internal battle, this pull between the person she remembers and the person standing in front of her now, and that conflict, it's devastating. Because how do you reconcile those two versions of someone you care about? The street itself becomes almost like a silent witness to the chaos. Neighbors, friends, everyone is drawn into the aftermath, whether they want to be or not. There's shock, there's fear, there's that uncomfortable tension where no one quite knows what to say or do. And in moments like this, you realize just how fragile everything is. One incident, one lose of control, and suddenly everything changes. Todd, left dealing with the aftermath, isn't just physically hurt, he's emotionally shaken in a way that lingers. You can see it in the way he carries himself afterward. In the hesitation, in the quiet moments where he is clearly replaying everything in his head. That kind of trauma doesn't just disappear. It settles in, it reshapes how you see people, how you trust, how you move through the world. And Theo, it becomes even more unpredictable. There is this unsettling ambiguity about him now. Is he sorry? Does he even fully understand what he's done? Or is he still trapped in whatever emotional storm pushed him to that point in the first place? That uncertainty is what makes everything feel even more dangerous. Because when someone crosses that line and doesn't fully confront it, what comes next is never simple. Danielle is left standing in the middle of all of this, and you can feel the weight of every decision pressing down on her. It's not just about Theo anymore. It's about everyone. It's about safety, accountability, and the kind of strength it takes to walk away from something or someone that once meant everything to you. What makes this storyline so powerful isn't just the shock factor, it's the emotional realism behind it. This isn't some over the top unrealistic outburst. This is what happens when emotions are ignored, when warning signs are dismissed, when people hold on to something long after it's started to break. The impact ripples outward in a way that feels painfully authentic. Todd's sense of security is shattered, and that's not something you just bounce back from. It changes you. It makes you more cautious, more guarded. It plants doubt where there used to be trust. And then there is the community. The division among the people around them adds another layer of complexity. Some might feel sympathy for Theo, seeing him as someone who needs help. Others will see his actions as unforgivable, a line that should never have been crossed. And honestly, both perspectives feel real. That's what makes it so compelling. Danielle's position is perhaps the most emotionally intense of all. She's not just reacting to what happened, she's re-evaluating everything. Every memory, every feeling, every moment she shared with Theo is now under a different light. And that kind of emotional reckoning, it's exhausting, it's heartbreaking, and it forces her into a position where there are no easy answers. Because sometimes doing the right thing means letting go of something you never wanted to lose. And the scariest part, this doesn't feel like the end of the story. It feels like the beginning of a deeper, darker chapter, that kind where consequences don't just resolve neatly. They linger, they evolve, they create new conflicts that no one is truly ready for. And maybe that's the most unsettling part of all. Not the violence itself, but the silence that follows it, because in Coronation Street, it's never just about one moment. It's about what that moment reveals. And when it changes forever, Danielle standing at that emotional edge doesn't feel like strength right now. It feels like a breaking point, and honestly, I don't think this is a story about saving Theo anymore. It's a story about whether Danielle finally saves herself. Because there comes a time when love stops being protection and starts becoming permission. And that's where the storyline hits hardest. It forces us to ask how far is too far, and why do we sometimes realize it too late? Todd's pain isn't just physical, it's the kind that reshapes how you see people, how you trust, how you exist in a place that once felt safe. And if the show follows through on this emotional depth, we might be looking at a long-term shift in Todd's character. Something quieter, more guarded, maybe even colder. As for Theo, this doesn't feel like the end of his spiral. It feels like the moment it truly begins. Because when someone crosses that line and still doesn't fully face it, the next step is often even darker, and my gut feeling we haven't seen the worst of him yet. Which raises the real question, will Danielle make the hardest choice before it's too late, or will hesitation cost someone even more? And where does redemption even begins? When trust has been completely shattered, do you think Theo can genuinely change after this, or has he already gone too far? And if you were in Danielle's place, would you walk away or risk everything for one last chance? Whatever happens next, it doesn't feel like closure or coming anytime soon. It feels like something bigger is just starting to unfold. So keep your eyes on the quiet moments, because in this story, that's where the real truth always hides.